Hi everyone, it's Pax here. I wanted to go over how to get add-ons on your ESO and how to set them up, just quickly for trading and maybe a few other ones. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go to your browser, and that's not the browser, and you want to type in Minion in your whatever Google or whatever you're using, and you're going to come to get this page. It says Minion Add-on Manager. Okay, so you're going to want to download that. Okay, whatever version that you have, and then install it. And when you do that, I already have it installed, but when you do that, it's going to look like, when it decides to come up. There it is. It's going to look like this. Okay. Well, it won't look like this. I have things installed, but you're going to come up, and the first thing when you install it, you're going to want to set up the path. Now, the path for mine, that's usually the thing that'll bite you the most. The path to mine is, it's going to be wherever your document folder is on Windows. And if you're not using Steam, it'll be, Documents, Elder Scroll, down to add-ons. You want to point to that because that's where the add-on's going to go. If you're using Steam, it'll be at the Steam. I think Steam will be first, and then you want to point it to where, Elder Scrolls Live add-on for Steam. So once you do that, you probably want to exit, come back in, and when you do, it should look like there won't be anything here, but this should look all clean. Okay? Once you do that, then you can go to Find More and start searching for the add-ons that you want to add. Okay? So for mine, I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to start top. I'll come back, and I'll kind of scroll down this, and I'll talk about them. So you're going to want AI Research Grid, and what that looks like is here in the game. I'll show you how to set it up in the game, but it's going to be this. Here, this shows you what, research which items. This is light, medium, heavy, shield, all the heavy weapons, etc., and all the different traits. And you can also, let me get this over a little bit here. You can also look per character. You can look at each character on your characters. Okay. Also, it will let you look at the motifs that you have or don't have. And okay, so that's that one. And auto recharge, highly recommend. It's not to do with trading, but when you are fighting and doing whatever, you're going to, you have repair on your gear. You can see here that one's not 100%, etc. Same thing with your staffs. It takes soul gems to do those. And usually most people, they'll go to a merchant, and then it'll say repair at the bottom. Let me see if I can go to one right now. Maybe it'll tell me.
This is so frustrating.
Yeah, so it says repair all, and they'll just use that. Don't do that. Use the auto repair. All you need to do is you need to have on you these grand repair kits, right here. And right now what the average price is, let's say $70. And what that will do is when one of those is used, it'll do it itself. It'll repair the thing all the way to 100%. Okay? And then you also need to have soul gems that will automatically charge your items all the way to 100%. So what happens is you're going to set this, and I know I'm kind of jumping around, I'm sorry. So in settings here, and I'll come back here, in this auto recharge, you'll set this at 15%. So when your stuff gets breaking down to about 15%, then it'll automatically fix it. Same thing with the repair, and it'll save you a fortune, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay? I pick 15% because when you go into battle, this and that seems to be optimal. So there'll be always, you're not going to have a breakdown armor during a battle. So you'll be fine at 15%. If you want to try to milk it for a little more, you can go down to 10, but I'd recommend just 15%. Okay, so let me come back here, and I guess let me just go down. So there's the guild store, bandits. That's for fighting. Combat metrics, the same thing. I don't remember. Craft store. Custom pins, lazy writ, gotta have that. Fast ride, you don't need the catalog. Go home, that's handy. That's really for guilds. You can make a guild button in your thing here. If you go to your guilds and you want to go to wherever their guild hall is, it'll just put that button. That's all that does. Item set browser, that's a real good one. It looks like this. I think it's my F5 key? No, 6 key? Yeah, looks like this. And what's nice about this, it has every 5-piece item in the game. You can sort it by that. Also, the type, it shows you can sort it by that. Those are all the craftable ones. The heavies, jewelry, special probably 3-piece or 2-piece, 3-piece jewelry. All the lights, all the mediums, all the monster sets here, right here, are the Undaunted, where they're at. This column is where you can get them from, and so forth and so on. So it's very handy for what other kinds of things you're going to do. So let me get back to this. Now these are just libraries to support the actual ones. And I've got Lost Treasure, Map Pins, Master Merchant, P-Chat, Quest Map. This stuff here is for the guild raffle, so you don't need that. Research Assistant, Craft Store Sky, Tamriel Terror Center, and so forth. Okay, and I'll hit these again, but I just installed those. Now, if you don't know what libraries, I'm going to get that in a minute. So anyway, once you get it installed here, so you find over here, then you hit the install. And this is a tab that shows you what's installed. So if you were going to get rid of one, you can just click it and uninstall it. Okay? So there's that. So let me go. One other thing that you're going to want is, you're going to want Tamriel Trade Center, like this URL in your browser. This is going to allow you to search for things and where they're at. So, for example, if I want to search for Mother Sorrow, let's say I want to do, a robe. I want it to be, it's light, chest piece, divines, let's say, and I want it purple. Okay, I can search that. It's going to open up under the tab. Okay, and then it's going to show me what those are. And here's what you can do. You can sort by price. So it's going to show you the cheapest one that may be available. It's actually, you'd have to email this guy or go to the actual location. This is the actual trader. All right. But the problem with some of these is you look at the last scene 3 days ago. That's not going to be of it. It's not. So another thing you can do is you can just sort. You can get an idea what the cheapest. So it's about 15. Let's just say 15 to 20K. You get last seen, and then you can say, hit 22K, 21 minutes ago. That one's probably still there, and so forth. So you can kind of go down here, try to find your best deal, like no, okay? And there's 3 pages, so it looks like there's not very many of them. So that might be the best deal at the moment that's in the market to run there and buy that one real quick. Does that make sense? And so you're going to want that. And you can also use this tool to try to figure out how to sell things and what's available and what pricing is out there. You can fine-tune some of your searching for that. So let's get back to the add-ons. I know I strayed a little bit there. So then inside the game, you would come in, I hit escape, and you'd go to add-ons, and here are all the add-ons, okay? And if you have a case where you have red like this is the furniture catalog and you expand these, it's going to tell you what library is missing. And you might have a bunch missing. Remember, the libraries, you can just look, and if I added this library, let's say on this fast ride, this one would then go white. Another thing, you probably are going to have to click this allow out of date, because many of them are out of date that still work, but you're going to want them. Okay, so I'll go down this again. So, there's AI Research Grid, Auto Recharge, Awesome Guild Store, Bandit, Combat Metrics. I mean, you can see this yourself. I think the ones for trading, would be nice is this Research, Awesome Guild Store, Craft Store, maybe this Lit Creator, or Lazy Writ Creator. You probably want that. Harvest Map's a good one. Because you want stuff to find. Lost Treasure, Math Pens, Master Merchant, Tamriel Trade Center. Maybe this Writworthy. Okay. So once you get this cleaned up, it will probably ask you down here, or you can, to reload your UI. If you haven't, you can just type it down here, /reload UI, and it will reload your screen. Just hit enter and it will reload. Okay, so now to configure some of them you don't need to configure, but some of them you do. So you just hit escape and go into settings, and then down here to add, Bandit's UI has its own, but you can go to add-on, and here are all the different ones, and this is what I showed you before about the auto recharge. So you can go down there and see what things that you may configure. Most of them are default, but there are some you may want to tweak. Okay. Another place that you might have to do is go into controls and then look down here. Like, for example, there are some that you're going to have to bind a key. Like, here's an example of one under user interface is item set browser. Remember the one I pulled up that had all the items? I bound it to F6. By default installed, it's not bound. So you go, okay, I got this add-on. How do I get it? Well, you're going to have to come set a key. And then, like, here's my F6, and now I have it. Okay? So that would be in controls. You can kind of look down there. There's that Go Home add-on. I've set some of those up, or one in this case. So there's Master Merchant. That's 11. So if I hit 11, I go into Master Merchant. Okay. So that's a general idea. How you want to get the minion to add the add-ons, and then come in here and make sure they're all set up and refresh your page. This particular video, I'm not going to get into how to use some of these. I am going to do it in other videos that, I'm talking about that specific thing. So I hope that helps you guys out, and I'll see you out in the fake world. Bye.